It cannot be overestimated as to how complicated is the bride of Messiah. Ice Barry Phillips with 10-minute Torah, day 4 of the Torah portion, Vietzi. Let's continue now in Bereshit, or Genesis, chapter number 29. It says in verse 16, and Lavan had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. And Leah's eyes were weak, but Rachel was beautiful of form and beautiful of appearance. And Yaakov loved Rachel. So he said, let me serve you 7 years for Rachel, your younger daughter. Laban said, it's better that I give her to you than I should give her to another man, so stay with me. It says that Yaakov served 7 years for Rachel. After the wedding, 7 years later, it says in verse 25, and in the morning it came to be that, see, it was Leah. So he said to Laban, what is this you've done to me? Was it not for Rachel that I served you? Why then have you deceived me? Laban said, it's not done this way in our place, to give the younger before the firstborn. Complete the week of this one, and then we will give you this one too, for the service which you will serve me for yet still another 7 years. Yaakov. Poor guy, he went there to find a bride. He ends up with 2, and then ultimately 4. Again, it's hard to estimate how complicated is the bride of Messiah. Now, we're taking the real life events of a man that really did encounter this given situation. And he did raise up 12 sons through 4 women. And it was competitive. It was complicated. Any man, let me just say this very emphatically, any man who would venture, imagine, risk, in other words, dream of having more than one wife, that man has lost his mind. My admonishment to all men of Elohim is this: love one woman. Love her very, very well, and love her for the rest of your life. If we could follow that, how much simpler life could be. Now, I know marriages don't always work out, but if we can find the one woman that we can love with all of our heart for the rest of our life, that's plenty and enough for any man. What a role, what an adventure, what an opportunity to experience the fullness of life. There, my soapbox is done. So we see then these 2 women, as the storyline plays out, they are competitive. Now, initially, both of them are barren. It's hard to imagine that Yah does not have a sense of humor somewhere in the middle of all this. Yaakov, I'm going to send you to Lavan, who is going to be an extensive adversary, a hard-nosed adversary against you. You're going for a bride. You're going to end up with 4. And the two sisters of the 4 that you initially are married to, you're going to serve 7 years for one, get the other, and have to serve another 7 years to get the one you wanted. They're both going to be barren. You're supposed to be raising up a nation, but now you're going to have to get through their barrenness. It says then that in verse 31, Yahweh saw Leah was unloved and he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. So both of them are initially barren because Yaakov evidently is favoring his affections to Rachel to the exception of Leah. She feels unloved, and by comparison, she feels hated. Run a little trail here, just a little side trail. Rabbinically, it was understood that Leah, the elder sister, should have been given to Esau, the elder brother. And at the prospect of being given to Esau, Leah wept so much, so hard that it weakened her eyes or caused them to appear weak, puffy, and swollen. Rachel, the younger, should have been given to Yaakov, the younger of the two twin sons. Well, Yaakov not only obtained the birthright of Esau, which afforded him the reception of the blessing that Esau would have received, but also then the responsibility of taking on the elder sister. So that may have been more than what he realized and understood. But nevertheless, this is what's happened. Symbolically speaking, then, to us, Leah represents the house of Yehuda as she gives birth to Yehuda. Rachel, who gives birth to Joseph, represents the house of Israel, Ephraim. So both houses are here, and what is taking place? They are competing one against each other for the affections of the bridegroom. The reality is the bridegroom loves them both and brings forth offspring, children, sons, and daughters of the kingdom through both. Both are vital. Both are necessary. And so the idea that we need to compete against our Jewish brethren for anything is erroneous. It's ill-conceived. It's just not necessary. Well, they don't believe the way that we believe. Well, we don't believe the way they believe. And it's not to say that they don't believe in Messiah. They do. Their understanding of Messiah, however, is different than ours. As I said yesterday, it's going to take the conclusion of both visions, revelations, and understandings to find in the middle of all that the true and full, complete revelation of who he is. It's very possible that both sides have some misconceptions and some doctrinal misunderstandings about the reality of Yeshua as the Messiah. That being said, let's lay down our competitions. There's no need for you and I to compete against anybody. You're called to walk in the revelation that you have received. You are encouraged to look deeper, pray further, look harder, ask for a more open heart and more open mind to receive more of what it is that Yah is willing to show you. A vast amount of this audience, you are here because at some point you asked the question, is this all that there is? Am I missing something? And you became dissatisfied with whatever the status quo for you was at that given point. Your crying out brought you to a place where you began to search and look and read and try to understand, and your mind and your eyes, your heart, your spirit were all opened up to a better understanding, a fuller understanding. None of us can say that we are so full of understanding now that we don't need any more. Continue to search him, continue to follow after him, and see what it is that he would reveal to you. I want to take about the last minute or so here to offer some personal thoughts. Today is Thanksgiving on the Gregorian calendar. Most of you would be celebrating today a time, or at least sometime today or tomorrow, an opportunity to gather with some folks and to be thankful, to express your appreciation, your prayers, and your thanks to Yah for all that he has done for you. I know some have issues and reasons why they don't observe. But for those of you who do, may Yah meet with you and your loved ones as you gather together. May it be more than just turkey and football. May it be a day where you are genuinely pressed in your spirit to offer worship and thanks to him for all of the good that he has done. I personally want to say thank you to those who watch 10-Minute Torah on a regular basis, for those who pray for us, for those who have supported us. If you want to support, you can go to remnantofisrael.com and hit the donate button. That's much appreciated. But primarily, hitting the like button, subscribing, offering comments, praying, encouraging. All of that just builds community and is very much appreciated. Until tomorrow, shalom.